Hello. Today I'm going to talk about things that make you go, in the financial world and investment world. This week I saw a report out of Reuters, and this is what it stated. It said the global rise in food prices continue to fuel Brazil's inflation in the months to mid September, boosted by government's efforts to curb currency gains. Now, that is about the most misleading headline you could ever print by saying that rising food prices are causing inflation. That is the equivalent of stating that a woman becomes pregnant because her stomach is getting rounder, not that her stomach is getting rounder because she's already pregnant. So, if you can see how misleading these headlines are when rising food prices and do not cause inflation, but it is inflation that causes rising food prices. So then we need to look at the second part of that Reuters headline, which says that's also fueled by the government's efforts to curb rising currency in Brazil. But what they should be saying, instead of in that convoluted way, is that the central bank of Brazil is devaluing the currency. So instead of saying trying to curb currency gains, basically all they're doing is devaluing currency, which is the root cause, which causes inflation. And inflation in turn causes rising food prices. So again, going back to our pregnant woman analogy, again, the way Reuters explains this headline is if one were to explain the fact that a woman becomes pregnant when her stomach gets rounder. So you subtract the sex from the equation totally. So it's irrelevant. It's just whenever you see a woman's stomach getting rounder, then she gets pregnant. So again, you have to beware of the financial media because they're always going to mislead you and misinform you and deceive you. So that's number one, which the number one way in which bankers try to deceive everyone about the global monetary crisis is they try to confuse you by flipping cause and effect with each other. Secondly, the second means in which they will report financial news and be extremely deceptive about it is just a flat out lie. So if we Google economic recovery in 2009, you can see that there are 126 million results for economic recovery in 2009. And let's look at some of these headlines. Let's see. We have Amid Gloom, Signs of Hope for Economy in 2009 by MSNBC. We also have, let's see, European Energy Program for Recovery. 2009 will be hard, but economy should recover by 2010. And this was released in March of 2009. You have in October 2009, Singapore raises 2009 economic forecast amid recovery. So again, you have the financial media trying to oversell recovery in 2009, telling everyone it's going to be okay. And here we are at the end of 2012, and the signs are just getting worse and worse every day. So that's a second point I would like to make. And finally, the last thing that should make you go, is the daily withdrawal limits on all savings accounts all around the world. So if you think about it, if you have $5,000 in your bank account, if you have 10,000, 100,000, $250,000, or $2 million, you should be able to withdraw all your money 100% anytime you want if a bank truly functioned like a bank should function. But since banks are basically casinos whereby they take our money, try to reinvest it in highly risky investments to make profits so they can pay their executives multi-million-dollar salaries with multi-million-dollar year-end bonuses with multi-million-dollar stock options every year. That's not how a bank works. So if you have $100,000, you cannot just walk into a bank and take out $100,000, which is your every right to do so. But you may be limited to $1,000 or $2,000 a day withdrawal limit. If you have smaller savings account amounts, you might be limited to $500 a day of withdrawals. So if you think about it, the reason they do that is because the bank is not functioning like a bank should. So they, basically say, um, that I lent you, if you needed money, like $200, and you say that I can get it all back next week. But then I come back to you and say I can only take back $2 a day from you. That's basically what the bank is doing. That person just lied to me as far as the stipulations of that loan. Well, the bank is not letting you access to your own money because it's a Ponzi scheme. That's the reason, because the money is not there. So in the United States, for those that think the reserve ratio requirement is 10%, you better think again, because the Fed Reserve have totally destroyed those reserve ratio requirements, as all the banker lobbyists lobbied Greenspan under Clinton to destroy that 10% reserve ratio requirement. And that is the reason why in private banking, a lot of funds are swept into overnight money market accounts, because there is zero requirement for reserve ratio requirements on any of those accounts. So in essence, your money is not there. That's why your withdrawal limits are limited to a tiny, tiny fraction of your entire savings account. Okay, so until the next video, take care and have a great day.